Hello and welcome to another modern stream. Today we're going to be playing a little bit of a different take on the Primeval Titan deck. No amulets, as you can see here. So we're basically playing the Blue-Green Titan Field deck that we had seen before. We have access to Primeval Titan, Summoner's Pact, of course, to Lurrus with the help of a couple of Simic Chamber. Which can actually allow us to chain Titans. We have a ramp in the form of Gracer, Explore, and Steve. We have Dryad to go with our Valakuts for sure, and Uro as well as another ramp plus a late game engine. We have one copy of Primal Command, which is another way to fight access to the Prime Time or Dryad, plus a great card against all the burn decks that we are seeing right now around. Also, shuffling your opponent's graveyard can be relevant against Lurrus decks. Hydroid Crisis, excuse me, is a card that I'm definitely not a fan of, but you know, as I always do when I'm playing a deck that I'm not familiar with and that I have not tested before, I try to not change any cards in the very beginning. Let's fix that squatter real quick. There we go. Yeah, we have a bunch of utility, bearing our, of course, basics and like sources of red and green mana. We do have blue and green mana, sorry. We actually have access to a couple of utility lands, as I just said, to the west in order to allow us to chain Titans. Cavern of Soul, Castle, of course. We see it here as a 4-off. This card is incredible in this deck. We have Radiant Fountain against burn and aggressive strategies, Bujuki Bog against graveyard decks and whatnot. Vesuva as a way to get an extra effect out of any of those one-offs. Waterlogged Grove as a cycler. In the past, I have not been a fan of this kind of effect in these decks, but we're going to see how this works out. Saga Triumph, which is basically a blue-green land, except that we can actually fetch for it, and if we use a bounce land later in the game, we can bounce this to actually cycle, which is pretty cool. And then a one of Blast Zone as well, which, you know, no need to explain what Blast Zone does. It's pretty good against Death Shadow and decks like that. The Cyborg gives us access to Mystical Dispute and Aethergust, of course. These are like the main reasons to be playing blue in the first place. You're probably even more so than Uro. It's just like Mystical Dispute is in a great spot right now, and kind of so is Aethergust as well. Dismembers as a way to destroy other relevant stuff. Bailoff against the aggressive strategies, and John the Trucker against the grindy decks. Rex Sage to blow up enchantments and whatnot. Dumping Sphere against combo, and Grafdigger's Cage against, well, combo. Let's fire it up then. Join the league. Blue-Green Titan, yes. Let's go. By the way, this deck is the creation of 603 Lev. Of course, it's based off a deck that, you know, we've seen in the past, right? But this is his list. It's Caleb, and I can never remember his name. Mac something. I'm sorry, Caleb, if I'm showing your name. I do remember your name is Caleb. Who was the Fabo in the previous league? We played the Lurrus control deck. You're gonna be able, if you're watching YouTube, you're gonna be able to find that league in my YouTube channel as well. Great matches, by the way, in that league. Really great matches. Yeah, right? We snap this off. Yeah, we snap this off. This hand looks great. Probably gonna go turn 1 field. Well, I guess that we get to wait before we make a decision. Tron. Okay, so I guess our life total doesn't matter. And green Tron at that. Gross. Alright. We are getting Troned, folks. We are getting Troned. Gonna get Breeding Pool here. Play Steve. Oh, they just had the Natty Tron. Okay. So we're probably not going to be able to catch up, I don't think. It's probably a little bit too much for us. I guess that maybe they have like a worm call or something that we don't really care about. But if they have a Karn or something of relevance, we are probably dead. Watch them have natural, yep. We're watching exactly that. Okay. I'm probably gonna go with coding, I would imagine. If they do go with coding. What? Okay, so it looks like my opponent is not particularly familiar with what we're playing. So I think we're not going to crack Steve, actually. This is, of course, the only way that we would have gotten punished by cracking Steve, but that's by not cracking Steve, but that's fine, because I think I'm interested in putting a Dryad into play, I would imagine. Just need stuff on board. Need Giant. Karn is bad for us. Yeah, that's why I chose to attack the Karn there, right? Because now if they want to get the coding, they cannot. They cannot actually do anything with it. Ugh. So if this Dryad doesn't die, we win. If this Dryad does die, like if they have Ulamog here, we're just dead. Like there's nothing that we can do about that. Eugene. Okay, we can beat Eugene. We can beat Eugene. Okay. It's interesting that Big Tron would be playing Karn the Great Creator. That doesn't seem right to me, honestly. They also did not have the Ulamog right there, so they would have needed to draw it off of the Chromatic Sphere or off of these Ancient Strings. It's kind of annoying. Okay. I mean, we're gonna prime time. My opponent's gonna minus on the prime time. Kind of is what it is. So we're gonna get Valakut. One, two, three, four, five, six. Valakut another field. The problem is that field gets answered by Ugin. Double Valakut. Valakut Bounce Land is another interesting one. I think double Valakut is the line. If we do fight another Titan, what are we gonna do? Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go with double Valakut here. If they have Ulamog, we lose. But we probably can beat all of this stuff that's going on here. Which is crazy to say, right? It's kind of crazy to say that we can actually beat turn 3 Karn the Great Creator into turn 4 Ugin, into turn 5 Karn Liberated. Like, my opponent had like the absolute nuts. and we are still in this game. Like, how wild is that, right? How absurdly wild is that? I mean, to be fair, they kind of gave it away when they minus their card to get a Grafdigger's Cage, right? So my opponent is clearly not very familiar with how this deck works. The Grafdigger's Cage. The only thing that is up is Uro, and like Uro is not my game plan, right? That's not what this game is about. This game is about the big guy. Okay, let's see what they get here. Ensnare Bridge. Okay. Sure. This can still attack. Okay. Zombie can still get in there. Whoa. Well, that's a draw, baby. That is a draw. Do I actually have lethal here? I do, right? Yep. Turn 3 Tron, you say? Cute. Very cute. I think it's nicer to just attack them, because it's like, it's just bigger BM, you know? Like, ha 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 ha, good job. It's just better value. There we go. Got him! To be fair, my opponent is not very familiar with the matchup, right? Like, they made a lot of choices that were very just not suboptimal. Yeah, they would have, if they had played it right, if they were familiar enough with the matchup and they had played it right, they would have won, for sure. No arguments there. That's it. They're also not familiar with proper sequencing. I mean, they might be new. Tron is kind of like a new player's deck, right? I don't think I like Elagos too much, actually. If I had Negate, I would definitely slam it, but Elagos is medium. Sure. We definitely need to draw lands here, but we do have Steve. That's a good one. I guess maybe we could also have shaved the Neuro here. Well, I think we're just going to Damp Sphere, right? My opponent has demonstrated lucksuckness, so I think I'd rather play it safe. Or the classic keep 7 and just like somehow not have Tron. Could have exiled the Valakut instead of a field of the dead. He did also. Yeah, yeah. I mean, there was there were different plays that our opponent. There were several mistakes that they made. My green source here. We want to find a land, so I'm not going to fetch here. Easy. Snow covered forest. Deck confirmed busted. Now we're just putting a lot of pressure on our opponent. I don't think they're going to be able to come back from this. In fact, we have actual lethal next turn. Time with Gracer for value. Should have fetched up in Micah's and Lattice. Yeah, maybe that was the line. They might have missed it. They might have missed getting the Lattice there. Brutal. Oblivion Stone. Cool. I think we have actual lethal here, so this is fine. Yeah. Opponent concedes. Yeah, Tron, man, is... I don't know. I don't think it's a good time to be playing Tron. I don't think it's a good time to be playing Tron. Like, yeah, like maybe you kind of like coast the Lurrus John decks or stuff, but like you kind of just lose to the Lurrus burn versions or like prowess versions. You get destroyed by Primeval Titan decks. Like, what are your good matchups? Like, you just don't have good matchups. There's not really a reason to be playing Tron right now. Ugh, so many TV tap lands. So many TV tap lands. We also have Bog and Vesua in the opener. This deck mulligans pretty badly though, and our hand is pretty good. Alright, I think I'm gonna keep it. It's pretty bad, honestly. Does Tron beat up on your index or no? I've been beating Yorion pretty reliably. I've been beating Tron pretty reliably with Yorion, is what I mean to say. Delver. Say what? Of course Delver doesn't flip. Of course Delver doesn't flip. Why would it, right? That's actually a nice draw, because if my opponent has a mana leak, they probably have to mana leak this. This allows me to play my tap land. We have multiple green sources now, so I think I'm just gonna copy my opponent's Seagrom Coast. Eham 1024, thank you for the follow. Delver still doesn't flip, of course. We're gonna bolt the Grazer. Okay, I'm fine with that. Oof. We might get got by Spell Snare here. Mana Leak. Remand. Remand? Remand. Remand, you say? Remand. Okay. Why not play land this turn? What are you talking about, Delirious Wave? Like, I want to see if this resolves, because that's going to inform my decision, right? Spite. Okay, that one is a problem. That one is an actual problem. Oof, brutal. So I cannot double spell here. Ugh. So I have two options. I can try to get lucky, which I think is going to be a line, by playing my Dryad and then just play my lands. And we need to draw exactly an ETB untapped land here. I think this is the correct line. It's not very likely to work, but it is what it is. Because I need to be able to kill these creatures with the Dryad, right? Lightning Bolt. 9, 10, 11. So that's not enough. That's not enough. I still need to draw an untapped land. So if we draw exactly an untapped land right now, I think we are good to go. But if we don't, we are dead. And this is why I wanted to play the Dryad here. I could have explored there, which gets me one card deeper. But I think that if I explore, we actually are not going to. We would have died. Land? Yeah. Oh, on turn 2 I missed a land drop. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, it didn't really matter. It didn't really mess up our sequencing or anything. We're just dead to the ball that we know is in my opponent's hand. So yeah, this is just too late. If we packed for Uru, we're still dead because of Threathold Arcanist. So I guess that our out is to naturally draw a Valakut right now. This needs to be a Valakut off the top. That's not enough. We're just dead in the air. Close. Close, but not close enough. Alright, so we like disputes. So they can't have Blood Moon, so we don't need to worry about that, which is nice. Disputes look very good. Probably shave one of these. Blast Zone looks pretty good too. Gold Squatter looks horrible. Grixis is probably okay. Steve is good. Explorer is good. Udo is probably okay. Seems kind of medium, but Cage seems great. Nah, I don't want a Cage against this. It's not good enough against Cage. Like we're denying value from Lurrus and Arcanist, but it's not. Cage just doesn't answer the board. And we are just going to die to the board, right? So, like, if our opponent is not playing from the board, we're not dying to the card advantage, is what I'm saying, right? Because, like, these guys don't care about card advantage. So I don't think that Cage is better than just, like, cards that develop our game plan. And I do think that Dispute and Dismember are better than Cage as well. I don't think I want Gust, however. I just don't think this card is very good. I just don't like this card. And I don't think I like Primal Command because I'm trying to be the most efficient possible, and this is like a 5-mana thing that gets remanded. Don't love it. Yeah, this sounds pretty good. I like this hand. So turn 1 Gracer, Simic Growth. Super solid start. We're gonna be hitting our land draws, which is nice. We get to double explore next turn, which is kind of setting us up for a turn 3 prime time, which is pretty sick. So best thing we can draw here is probably a Cavern. No Cavern feels bad, man. If we draw T-Wiz, we can transmute for Cavern though, which is cool. Lavinia. Oh, that's smart actually. That's smart. That actually stops my my pacts. Unfortunately for my opponent, I'm a luck sack, right? Opponent concedes. Yep, that kind of sounds odd, right? Honestly. Lavinia. Does Lavinia make me want to change anything in my strategy? Maybe I'd rather have a Hydro Grixis than a Summoner's Pact because of Lavinia. Because, like, we don't care, right? Does Lavinia stop Mystical Dispute? Let me get the wording on Lavinia real quick. Supporting can't cast no creature spell, but converted by cost greater than the number of lands. Okay, so it would still cost 1, but... It would still cost 1, but we can only cast it once we have 3 lands in play. Okay, gotcha. Still not sure how I feel about the Grasses. Sure. Keep this bottom. Dryad? Or the Valakut? Valakut. Let's hope for no turn 1 Delver again. Alright, cool. That's cool. That's cool. So I'm doing this because if my opponent leads on the Sprite Dragon, we probably want to counter it. It just slows down their clock so much. Uh-huh. These are not good draws. These are not good draws, chat. Let's find a bounce land, shall we? Okay, that's a Lurrus. $30 lands. 30 lands. Okay, right. At this point, we're just too far behind, so I don't think we can catch up enough. I don't think it's possible for us to catch up. Our opponent's going to have us in a 3-turn clock. I'm assuming that they have spells, right? Yeah, we just cannot catch up to this. Wow. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so no remand, no mana leak. No remand, no mana leak. No. What else could they have had there? Aether Gust. They put a card on top. Yeah, this is probably just... Yeah, so this is just a 2-turn clock here. So I don't think... I guess I should have played Steve. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we just got here. Alright. Definitely shitty to lose, because like that hand was definitely gonna get there if we had been able to hit land drops, but Celebi. I think the strategy of countering the Sprite Dragon was good, right? Because it just buys me a bunch of time. I know that my opponent can Lurrus on turn 3, but like we still are drawing towards Dismember. We're drawing towards a bunch of other ways of staying ahead. So turn 1 Castle, turn 2 Rose Squatter, Steve. Then we take it from there. So my opponent not playing companions either. Crazy. Well, that actually seems better than Steve. Because like we get very guaranteed value from this right now. Because we know that we have extra lands in hand. And we can get rid of our ETB tap lands. Oh, Dredge. Alright, cool. So we got the buy, I guess. It's not a buy. It's just very, very, very favored for us. Just very, very favored. Okay. If they have a reunion here, they're in business. If this is just a hard cast loam, then we're probably going to be fine. But if this is a reunion... Okay, so... In a roundabout way, we can cast a Titan next turn if we go squatter ourselves. I'm probably going to be doing that. Alright, GG's. Okay. Awkward to... It's always awkward to have to go squatter yourself, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Do I even need to balk them? I don't think I need to balk them. Yeah, my opponent agrees, okay. We want Gust against Dredge, we want Cages against Dredge, and that's pretty much it. We could want Reclamation Sage because of Leyline and because sometimes Dredge lists have been playing Blood Moon now, which is super weird, but it is something that people have been doing. Perma Command is good. I mean, yeah, it's 5 mana though. I mean, I guess I'm into it. Let's do this. Mono must be so confused here. Just submitted 3 times. I mean, it's so mana intensive. But yeah, I guess you're right. It's worth it. Yeah, I guess it is worth it. It is a very roundabout way of of hating on graveyards, which is cool. Which is cool. Turn 1 Cage. Turn to Steve. Most always streams on Uro and they don't seem that good at this matchup since our Titans are basically unbeatable. Yeah, I can see trimming on Uros for sure. I mean that's why I did trim there, right? Like I probably won't explore over Uro in this deck. But it moves to 4, so this is probably gonna be a non-game, I would imagine. Yeah, there's the line. Yeah, so I was saying, this is actually a great card against Primeval Titan decks because Bojuku Bog requires you to target. Let's go. Wow, no Shriekhorn in response. I would imagine that they would have wanted to. Wow, they just didn't want to play anymore. Well, this league is a lot quicker than the previous one. The previous league was like 2 hours and a half or something, maybe even more by the end of it, and this one like 36 minutes and we're already halfway through or more. More than halfway through, actually. That's really funny. Turn 1 kill. I've seen Titan with steerings and without. What is the reason behind that? Good question. So basically, you are choosing different ways to build your deck. If you build your deck without ancient steerings, that means that you need to have more cards in your deck. What that does is it actually makes your explorers a lot better. And Explorer is actually probably a great card right now, but mostly because of the uptick in Jund and mid-range / control strategies, thanks to all the companions. There's a mulligan. Also, against all the aggro decks, it's a lot harder to. Okay, so we already have enough here. So if we're playing against an aggressive deck, this hand is great. We are already playing. Oh wow! Oh, we have no choice. We have no shot then. We're just dead. Oh wow! All foiled out AmuLIT deck. Scams people on Facebook, sends them fake cards. Wow, that's a strong accusation. That's a really shitty thing to be doing. That's a really shitty thing to do. He's been banned from most MTG Discord servers. Oh man, that's rough. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm going to be fetching for the Triumph here. And if I do get there, yeah, okay, so we're gonna get a Triumph here. Gonna fetch for Forest. Go to our turn. Damn it. That's the way that we get punished. Alright, that's fine, that's fine. Simic, bounce, cycling, this, Valakut, So go. Been trading Titan decks. I am a control player at heart, but with all the companions, it feels bad. Well, Okin Soacha. Well, good on you for trying out Prime decks. They're great. Lots of fun. Lots of fun. But like we literally just 5-0'd with a with a control deck right before this league. It was with a companion though. It was with a companion. We played some Grixis Lurrus. Very cool. Very cool deck. All right, Uki Saucha, thank you so much for the subscription there. Welcome to the Primetime Stronghold. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for sharing that Twitch Prime love right here on this channel. Awesome. Thank you so much. So we want these, and we want this. Udo seems medium. Primal Command seems okay. Grixis sucks as usual. Ujiki Ball can go. I don't think we want disputes. We could want dismembers, however. We could want dismembers. I think that with Primal Command and all this stuff, we're gonna be fine, but Pact also gets a lot worse when I'm bringing in this than before. Yeah, this matchup is like pretty much unwinnable. Like AmuLIT is just the better Primeval Titan deck, right? They have AmuLIT and we don't, so AmuLIT is the mirror breaker in the AmuLIT mirror, and like we're just playing a deck that does not have AmuLIT, and our opponent is playing a deck that has 4 AmuLIT. So yeah, this matchup is really bad. The only times I've lost this matchup, it's because A, I got very unlucky, or B, I actually got cranially extracted out of the green-black versions of this deck. But since neither of those things can really happen here, I think that we are really excuse me, we're really underdogs. Turn 4 Primal Command on the play. I mean, it's bad, but again, like our deck just sucks. Our deck just sucks against our opponent's deck, so like I don't know which kind of hand we can really get. I guess we could have like a hand that is heavy on like ramp and Aether Gusts, I guess. Like foils look so ugly in Magic Online. Yuck. Ugh. That's a good one. That's a good draw. That's a good draw for sure. Allows me to be a little bit faster. Okay, so they have castle. So we're super screwed here, right? So if they have untapped green, we're kind of dead. So we cannot Udo plus explore, so we're gonna cast the most mana efficient one. We do get punished if we draw exactly into Aether Gust. That's fine. Okay. So if they have Titan right now, we're gonna be in a lot of trouble, and if they don't have Titan, okay, so we're gonna be probably not in so much trouble. Okay, so we're gonna put Grilled Turf on top of the deck. Why not play the Girl and the Misty and explore? Because I didn't have the mana. Oh, I guess I did have the mana. Yeah, I guess I just blanked there. Whoops. Okay, so no creature permanent. Shuffles. Okay, non-creature permanent. So you're library for a creature. So they would need. Okay, they don't have it. Okay, cool. I was gonna say they would need an untapped land and the Titan. So this time around they don't have an AmuLIT, so I'm feeling a lot better about our chances here. They have Gust. Ha. Okay. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we just chill here. So they're gonna get to Titan, but we are also gonna get to Titan. Unless they already have the Pact of Negation in hand. Okay, they don't have the Titan. And once my Titan resolved, they cannot resolve. They cannot. Theirs just cannot keep up. They needed to find an AmuLIT there. That's cool. That's cool. Anything else that we might want to change on the draw as opposed to the play? I don't think so. I don't think I want to go around like disputing. That seems so bad, especially against the deck that has Cavern of Souls. Yeah, Dismember is the only thing that is mildly tempting because it allows me to kill opposing Dryads, but so does Rex Sage. Yeah, Gracer is awful, but I think it's probably better. ¿Cómo andás, Iván? ¿Todo bien? Sí, la estamos pasando bárbaro. Yeah, we're keeping this hand. Is that a good draw? It kind of is. So we're gonna start on Breeding Pool, Gracer, play this thing, pass the turn. So now on turn 2, we're gonna be able to Dryad, and then turn 3 Primal Command. Alternatively, we could turn 2 Steve, and then Primal Command. That is also not bad. Oh, that's a good one. Okay, so I guess that I'm going to Steve, so we have guaranteed Primal Command mana next turn. Did I see Doug's list? No, I didn't. Okay, so they missed the land drop, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fetch here, get a forest, and we're going to be Cavern, I mean giant, sure. And we're gonna put the castle on top. This means that my opponent is gonna have an ETB tapped castle. Two main more dismembers, 4 Asusa with Gracer, Triumph, 2 Steerings, no Explore, 3 Cyber EE. Block. We could Titan here. I actually think that the line is to play Dryad this turn. My opponent's gonna play their Titan. I gust it, and then I play my Titan, and I'm gonna have the Dryad in play. Let's name Nymph for old time's sake, you know. Gust. They could have Pact of Negation here. If they have Pact of Negation, we're actually in trouble. If they have Pact of Negation, we might actually just be in trouble. We might just be dead if they have Pact of Negation. I still think this was the correct line though. Because my opponent has a Dryad in play and I don't, so I need to, you know, make sure that I have Dryad superiority. Okay. I guess that it was the correct line. And they are conceding because they knew about the prime time from the Primal command. Alright, GG's opponent. Definitely surprised to have won that matchup. Definitely surprised. GG's InuXD. InuEXD. GG's. Definitely interesting. Definitely interesting to have won the matchup. A lot of things needed to line up our way. But I think that we made the correct decisions when it mattered, for sure. I'm pretty sure we made the correct decisions when it mattered. Damn, is there a worse card than Hydroid Crisis? It's so bad. I'm just looking at it, I'm like, ugh. Why is this card in my deck right now? That's a cute avatar. That's a cool card, by the way. Okay, so... Just wait till you cast Grixis under control. I mean, I can just cast Primeval Titan under control. I'd much rather cast Prime Time against control with Cavern than Grixis. Do I keep this? Oh, we're playing against Lurrus. Yeah, okay, I think I'm gonna keep it against Lurrus. And I think I'm gonna Misty on one. Yeah. Probably gonna fetch for a Trio and step. Oh, Lurrus Jund. Well, speaking of good matchups. Okay. Good job. That's pretty good. So we name Giant there. Whoops. That one is not very good. The first one I was fine with. The second one, not so fine with. Is Lurrus also OP like in Legacy? It's a lot more manageable in Modern. Modern is by far the best format right now in terms of like how companions have impacted it. Probably Vintage is the worst, but I don't really care about Vintage, so it doesn't really matter to me. Legacy, it's pretty bad. Like Lurrus is very, 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 very good. It's significantly better than everything else. Can we draw a basic forest, please? 1. Yeah, we're still not able to cast this Titan. We still don't have Primeval Titan mana here. This is like the saddest thing ever. If my opponent draws into a Thoughtseize, I'm gonna be very sad. So some tweets showing some Legacy qualifier, mostly Lurrus in the top slot. Yeah, it's pretty bad. In Legacy, it's pretty bad. Vintage is the worst. Probably Legacy is the second worst. Then Standard apparently is pretty broken as well. But Yorion is the one that's broken in Standard. And is there anything else? Yeah, Pioneer, I guess. I don't have no idea about Pioneer. Whenever somebody posts something about Pioneer, I just like ignore it. I don't even care about reading it. No Thoughtseize. No Thoughtseize. Land. God damn it. Okay, so explore. Blast Zone. I could put this on too. I don't think I care. Again, the only thing that matters at this point is if my opponent finds a Thoughtseize, which they probably have 2 copies of, I would imagine. Wow. Not even cracking the spell bomb instead. Inquisition is fine. Inquisition plus Croxa, not fine. Inquisition plus Croxa would be pretty devastating here. You'll love to see it. You'll love to see it. Gust is good. Dismember also good. Tracker and Bailouts. Well, finally we see a matchup with Grixis gonna do something. Take this out. Take this out. Take one of these out. And that's it. Call my cards are gasoline. In this matchup, Uro is actually great. I hope they ban the mechanic and they never see again. Yeah, I honestly don't know what's gonna happen. I honestly don't know what's gonna happen. What I want to happen is probably gonna be different than what is going to happen. Pack's gonna sell before they ban them. Yeah, I hope. Trimage Riot. I am not gonna trim it. I don't think there's any matchup with Trimage Riot. I know about Choke. I know about Boil. Sorry. I think it's pretty easy for us to play around Boil. Like this hand is kind of great if it weren't for the fact that it doesn't have a green source. Hearthstone did campaigns like 4 years ago and didn't read the game. Why would Magic copy it? I really don't know. I think I'm going to be greedy here. I really don't know. Sometimes they make decisions and I'm like, I don't know. I don't really agree with most of Wizards' decisions, I think. But it's fine. I don't need to agree with their decisions. I just enjoy playing their game, so it's fine. Would love to see a green source. Absolutely love it. No Bob, 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 no Bob. That's a Ren. That's still pretty bad, but it's less bad than a Bob. Easy. Gonna fetch a green source here. Thoughtseize, you got it. You see, these are the Thoughtseizes that don't matter. These are the Thoughtseizes that were just fine with my opponent having. So if they don't take the Dryad, I don't think I'm gonna play the Dryad until my opponent taps out. Because it is by far the best card in my hand, right? So if they don't take it, it's because they have a plan for it. Yeah, exactly. There we go. So we're just basically gonna hold on to this Dryad for a while. So my opponent probably has Boil in hand. Especially with knowing that I have the natural Valakut here, like it's so obvious. It's so obvious. Okay. Wow, really? They minus ran on my Steve? I was literally gonna sack it anyway. They've been doing risky thing in... Yeah. But like, there's risky and then there's stupid, right? Like, how did they think that this was okay? Like, how did they think that this would work? And what did they think that Lurrus wasn't gonna be broken? You know? So yeah, so as you can see here, my opponent is blanking a card in my hand, right? But I'm also blanking a card in theirs. So, like, is it really worth it for them to bring in Boil? Oh, and don't get me started. Don't get me started if they pass the turn here. Oh yeah, this is like the most obvious Boil ever. This is the most egregiously obvious Boil ever. And now my opponent's just gonna die to zombies. Just like, good job. You wanted to get tricky against me, and it's just like, sounds good. I guess I'll do this instead. Cool. Yeah. They telegraphed it a little bit too much. And at that point, it's just like, it's too obvious, and it's too easy to not play into it. So for those of you that were saying for me to side out my Dryad, look at all the work that this Dryad is doing right now. This Dryad, just by beating my hand, is making my opponent play themselves. Levels upon levels upon levels. It's funny. Like, my opponent that knows that I have the Valakut and I have everything, so they cannot beat the Dryad, so they try to cheese me with a Boil. So what do? I just don't play the Dryad, and now they have a dead card in hand, and they just time walk themselves for no reason. It's too easy. It's too easy. Alright, this card sucks. Get this card away from here. I hate that card. I think it's worth bringing it against people who might not play around it. It's not worth it to telegraph this card and skip your turns. Yeah, I mean, my opponent went a little bit too hard. Like, when you Inquisition my hand and you don't take the Dryad from it, it's just too easy, right? Like, it's just too easy. If you want to, I don't even know. It's just too hard, because, like, if they Inquisition my Dryad, it's just like, okay, cool. I'm not gonna be playing around Boil, but like, now I need to draw a second Dryad in order for them to get me. And that's what I'm saying. It's like, Boil is you have to work a little bit too much, you know, to make Boil happen. And that is why I'm just not really a fan of the card against... I mean, I think that if you're playing John and you're getting paired against a Primeval Titan deck, like, your matchup is so bad that you probably need to bring it in just to hopefully cheese a win. Especially this version, right? Like, this is an even worse matchup than AmuLIT for the John decks. So I do think that you need to do it, but like, it's too easy to play around. Like, it's super easy to figure out what's going on and just play around it. Okay, so we cut the crosses. What do we do now? I don't think I want the 4th Uro. Even just 3 seems like too much. Our Promise? It's pretty ugly. Primal Command was pretty nuts, that league. Primeval Titan was pretty nuts that league. Do we want a second one? Maybe. Is there a cyber card that we can play in the main deck? Maybe we can play like a Bailoff in the main deck, which would free up a cyber slot, which we can use for like maybe like a Damping Sphere or another Aether Gust. That is also worth considering. It's interesting. It's interesting. There are so many ways to build this deck. I feel like the core is super strong. The core feels super strong. I wonder, does anybody know if Caleb has a more updated list? Let's see. Oh, that's right. We can play Will's list. All right, let's actually try that. All right, thank you for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, I really appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video, which is going to be a pretty fun one. See you there. Bye bye.